Alright everybody, welcome. So today I'll be showing you guys the basic tutorials for Tanki Online. So first let's get started with the very basics. So on your keyboard you'll notice there's a Z or Z and X. So if you press X, your turret, which is the thing on the top that's spinning, your turret will move to the right if you press X, like so. If you press Z or Z, it'll go to the left, and if you press C on the keyboard, it'll align straight back up. So you can move it on like this wherever you want, like wherever the tank is, and then press spacebar to shoot, like so. So on the bottom of your screen, you'll notice there's some numbers, and what those numbers are, they're just supplies. So what they do is, say for damage. So look, I damage myself. If I press number 1, I will heal myself. So now I have full health. Or if you're damaged and you see a green box on the ground like this, you can pick that up and now you have full health again. What this yellow box does, which is also number 4 on your keyboard, if you press number 4, the yellow box turns on. And what this does is it gives you double speed, so you can like drive around much faster. What this red one does, which is number 3 on your keyboard, when you press it, it gives you double damage. So when you're shooting someone, it'll deal double the amount of damage. Or you can also pick it up like this. And what this does is, it gives you double armor. So if you pick it up, or if you press number 2 on your keyboard, you can drive around and you'll have twice the amount of armor. So as you can see, I'm driving around, I'm pressing Z and X to rotate my turrets. Okay, now this is your garage. So say when you log on to the game, this will be your automatic screen. So if you click garage right here, this loads up your weapons and turrets. So your turrets are the things on the top. So if I take Firebird for example, the top of my tank will change. If I take Freeze for example, the top of my turret will change. Later on in the video, I'll give everyone a review on what each of these weapons do, so stay tuned for that. Now on the bottom, if you see this, hulls are the actual tanks you're driving itself. So if I click this one, if I click equip, boom, the bottom of my tank has changed. And like so, there are different types of tanks. I'll give a full review of each of these tanks on the bottom. So each tank offers a different variety of protection. So for example, Titan, it's really fat, so right, it has a lot of HP or like health, but it's slow. And then for example, this is Wasp. Wasp is one of the fastest hulls in the game, but it doesn't have as much protection. And as you might notice, I have Wasp XT M3 and Wasp M3. The only difference between this is that the XT-M3 has this golden strike on it, and Wasp M3 doesn't have the golden thing. The protection is still the same, it's just this one looks more fancy, and it costs more crystals. Over here are your protections. These protections can save your tank when enemies are shooting at you. So for example, this lightning bolt is smoky. So if I go to my turrets and I have smoky equipped, so say the enemy has this weapon equipped and they're shooting at you, but then your protection is they're using 36% protection against smoky, so this smoky will be less effective on you. So now I'll show you what each of these symbols are. Okay, next is alteration. So an alteration affects how your turret plays. So for example, each weapon has its own alteration, except Striker, and they have a unique set of features. So for example, if you buy an alteration, a symbol like this will show up. The green box symbol will go away. So I have 2 alterations. I have this one, and I have railgun. So another symbol shows up. If you don't have an alteration, it'll show 2 boxes that are green. So when you press this, it shows you what the alteration will do. So for example, thunder, it has splash damage. So if you shoot a wall, it'll hit you, like the damage will hit you back. So if you want to buy the alteration, it costs 50,000 crystals. If you buy it, then the splash damage will be removed, and self damage is also removed. So each weapon has its own set of alterations, and you have to look at them and see which one best suits you. Okay, this is the shop. So in the shop, you choose your country, and here you can buy things such as crystals, premium. And what premium does is it gives you double the XP and double the crystal. If you have premium, it'll show a red symbol behind your name, like me. I have premium. There's also special bundles sometimes that include premium crystals and some supplies. These are gold boxes, so if you drop a gold, it's worth 1,000 crystals. And these are paints that you could wear in your tank. And these are supplies, and these are different kinds of kits you can buy. And kits have a turret and a hull, and as well as a paint. Also, if you're planning on buying crystals, wait till you get a double crystal card. When you get a double crystal card, your crystals, the background will be red, and you'll get double the amount of crystals shown. So for example, for $3.99, right now you can only get 6,000. But if you get a double crystal card for $3.99, you can get 12,000 crystals. Right, now we'll talk about game modes. So there's different kinds of game modes. So over here, if you press this, it shows all the game modes. So parkour, what parkour is, you can get on top of houses and not self-destruct. And I'll show you a clip right now. Okay, DR. Okay, if you press DR, what DR is, it stands for dictator and railgun. Not a lot of people play it right now, but you take railgun, and you have to take the dictator, and now you can join. So the only way to join a DR is if you're using railgun and dictator, and your railgun and dictator must have to be M2. And if you don't know what M2 means, I will explain to you what M2 means. So when you start off the game, you start off as a recruit. Your WASP M3, it'll say WASP M1. It's M1, it'll say WASP M0, my bad. So WASP M0 is the lowest of WASPs and upgrades. When you get to like the rank then you can upgrade your WASP to M1. And M1 WASP will have better speed, better protection. And then when you rank up a few more times, you'll be able to buy WASP M2 in the shop. So once you get WASP M2, you can do other sorts of battles. Same thing for Dictator. Once you get Dictator M2 and Railgun M2, then you can join battles such as DR. The other types of battle formats, there's XPBP, which is Railgun and Hornet and or Wasp. So you have to have Railgun equipped, and it has to be M2 or M3, and I have M3. And then your hulls can be either Wasp XT-M3 or Wasp M2 or Wasp M3 or Hornet M2 or Hornet M3. The next game mode is XC, which is Striker and Hornet. So you'd have to take Hornet M2, and since I have Hornet M2, I can join this game mode. And then you'd have Striker at least M2 or M3, and now you can join this game battle. And BP is Wasp, Railgun, XP is Hornet and Railgun. So this is ranks. Here I'll show you a full chart of what the ranks look like. So basically that's what the ranks look like. So right now, since I'm the highest rank, the lowest rank I can play to is this rank over here. So you can slide this thing to choose what type of ranks you want to play up to. This is your time limit on the battle. You can have 99 minutes, you can have 30 minutes, how many players you want, and how many kills, for example. There's like a destroy limit. So here when you click create, this is what it will show up. Here you can choose your theme. You can have winter, and then it'll have like, it'll be more white, because it'll have like snow and stuff. Or you could choose, here you choose your maps. There's a whole list of other maps. So example, wave for example, it's a different map, so it'll show a quick picture of what the map looks like. Over here is your classifications of what kind of battles you want. If you like, if only the green is selected on this skull, that means deathmatch. So it's you versus everyone else. If it's this one selected, it's team deathmatch. If it's this one, it's capture the flag. So you want to get the enemy's flag, and you want to capture the flag. And this is control point. So you're all fighting to gain possession of one point. And if you have all three on, then it'll show battles for all three categories, like so. Okay, so this is Firebird. So over here I have a friend, and he's gonna help me show what Firebird does. So if you press the spacebar, Firebird shoots a hole, just shoots a crap ton of flame, and it'll just burn the enemy up. Okay, so now I have Freeze. What Freeze does, it's the opposite of Firebird. It freezes the enemy. See, look, so now, like if he tries moving, like try driving, like he's really slow, because basically what Freeze does is it slows the enemy down, and like that, he's dead. Okay, the next gun is Izida, or turret. It's called Izida. What Izida does is it shoots this red beam, and it shoots them. The other role of Izida is to heal your enemies. So say if one of your teammates is damaged, and you see that they're damaged, you can go up to them and press spacebar, and instead of having a red light, like see, has like a red beam, it'll have a green beam, and it'll. So now what I have is hammer, and what hammer does is it shoots these pellets. So you can see that it shoots these sort of pellets. And on the bottom right, every screen is your FPS, which is frames per second, and your ping, which is your internet connection. Okay, so basically, boom. So you see, this is impact force when their tank like turns, so it shows impact, and those little numbers that are shown is how much damage the shot does. Twins, and what twins is when you hold space, it shoots these two plasma laser looking things. So if my target is here and I shoot him, it's doing damage on each shot. And this has splash damage. And what splash damage is it can deal damage to yourself if you're really close to the shots. Boom, just like that, he's dead. Okay, so this is Smokey, and what it does, it has really fast reload, and it does smaller amounts of damage, but it has fast reload. For example, boom, I shot him, like that. And yeah, and my Smokey has upgrades. So if you don't know what that means, if you go to your garage, you can upgrade your turret to do more damage. I have 25 upgrades on this. Alright, so what the next turret I have is Striker. If you press space on Striker, it'll just shoot, but if you hold space, it'll show this laser thing. What it does is it locks onto the target, and it shoots 4 rocket things. And if you press spacebar, it'll only shoot 1 at a time. Alright, the next gun that I have is Vulcan. And Vulcan can overheat, and what that means is if you're shooting for too long, you'll start doing self-damage. Okay, I'll show you what I mean. So I'm shooting, and now once the ammo goes on 0, you see that my tank is sort of turning red, and I'm doing damage to myself. And you don't want that to happen. Okay, so now I'm gonna shoot at him. So I shoot like this, and each shot is doing damage. And boom, just like that, he's dead. There, I'm finally doing some damage, and just like that, he's dead. gun is railgun. It's my personal favorite. What railgun does is it shoots this laser, like a beam, and yeah, and then you can just shoot them, hide, wait for your ammo to reload, press space, and pop out right when it shoots, and boom. It's okay. This is Rico, and this is M1. So you can get M2 version of this. You can get M3, and what M2 and M3 will do is the color of the shots will be changed, the damage of the shots, and the impact. So look, so this impact force is not that much, but M2 and M3 it'll tilt his tank like that and more. So this is what Rico does. And the fun thing about Rico is you can bounce it off walls. So say if I'm standing here and it's standing there, I can shoot the wall and it'll hit him. And I could just hide in my own base and just hit him like that. Alright, so now what I have is Shaft. And what Shaft does, it has arcade mode, which is like this, and you press spacebar and it'll just shoot a small laser. Or you can press space and you go into sniping mode. And you log onto them and then boom, like that. So the next thing we're going to show you is hulls. So what I'm using right now is Viking. So what Viking is, it's pretty, this has most upgrades for me. I think this is the best hull in my opinion. It's relatively pretty fast, and it has a lot of protection. Okay, so now what I have is Dictator. So Dictator, it's really tall, so when you're catching gold boxes, which is worth 1,000 crystals, it really comes in handy. So look, it has okay speed. It has, okay, now Adam, you can shoot me to show how much damage. Yeah, so since I have 35% smoker protection, he doesn't do as much damage. Now I've taken probably the biggest hull in the game, and this is Titan. The Titan is ridiculously slow, but it has a lot of HP, so you can take a lot of hits, like so. Next hull I have is Hornet. Hornet has pretty good protection, and you see Adam has Hornet M3, so you can see the difference is pretty. You can notice a huge difference. You can see the bottom of his tank is more circular, mine's like some next square thing. So I have M2, he has M3, and M1 looks different than both of us. Adam's Hornet has pretty good speed. Now I have Mammoth. So Mammoth is another really big hull like Titan, and it's really slow, but it has a lot of protection, and it's really wide against smaller turrets like Hornet. Is Hunter, and I'm gonna self-destruct because if you press delete on your keyboard, you'll self-destruct. And what self-destruct does is it basically respawns your tank. And if you have Mac, it's a different function. For Mac, it's command slash, and I'm using a Mac, so it's command slash for me. This is Hunter. It has decent speed and pretty good protection. I'm using M1, so it looks different. M2 looks different, and then M3 would look different as well. And then M2, M3 would have better speeds as well. So another thing you should know is pro battles. So pro battles is you'll see the special sort of symbol beside the battle. This means it's a pro battle, so you have to have a pro pass to join. If it doesn't have a symbol like this, it doesn't have a symbol beside it, that means you can join it without a pro pass. And one way to get a pro pass is to have premium, or you have to be part of a clan. Clan is a bunch of people, like these are the members, and you just join it and you can talk like hi, whatever you want. Or if you don't have a clan, or if you don't have premium, you can go to special and you can buy pro pass for 5,000 crystals. Also, here are gifts that you can buy. If you want to buy a gift, you click here, you choose the recipient's name, so whoever you want to send it to. and then you put like whatever you want. And then these are the gifts that you've received. And he wished me happy birthday, yay! And that's basically it. These are your paints, which can change the appearance of your tank. Yes, I'm gonna be doing more tutorials on more other types of stuff, like how to catch gold boxes and examples like that. So if you're new, make sure you subscribe.